What is going on, guys? It is Jameel with MILMID Studios. Right now, I'm just getting prepared to mail this version of Timeless, my latest photo book. I'm going to mail it to Martha. Now, Martha is actually in this photo book. I met her in Washington, D.C., and she was such a kind woman. I saw her hat and then the flags behind her, and the setting was really nice. So I asked her for a photo. We had a little chat. Really kind woman from California, and I told her that if I print this book, I will send her a copy. So as you can see, I printed the book. It is available on Amazon. I'm going to send her the book, and I'm also going to send her a MILMID Studios t-shirt. In this video, we're going to be talking about these photo books, how I make them, why I make them, and I also want to do a tutorial to show you how you can make them and market them and sell them on Amazon. We'll use this t-shirt as a layer of protection for the photo book. Slip it into the package. Let's get out of here. Guys, be sure to check out milmidstudios.com. I'm so appreciative of the support that I've received on my latest photo books. My best-selling photo books is hands down Japan 35 through 35. So be sure to check that out. If you can support the channel, greatly appreciated. If not, just a thumbs up would be awesome on this video. You can also see some of my work and behind the scenes content on Instagram at MILMID Studios. Thanks so much for the support. So the reason that I started making photo books is actually multifaceted. I think that there's an importance to printing your work, having a tangible version of your work. It's nice to post and share your content on Instagram and also post content on YouTube. But I think it takes your work to another level when you're able to tangibly feel your work and print your work, to build a body of work that isn't just digital, but tangible. When you print your work, there's also a bit of pride that comes along with it too. When you can kind of look through the pages of a photo book or look at prints that you have framed and be like, you know what, I did that, that was me. It is a pretty nice feeling. So as a content creator who has a small community of supporters, and you guys are awesome, I really thank you guys for sticking around. And I hope that you find my content beneficial, entertaining, all that good stuff. But really, YouTube for me, it is a hobby. And the videos that I put out are videos that I would enjoy and I enjoy putting out. That is the police. Get a radar detector, guys. It pays for itself. No, but the content that I put out, it's stuff that I would watch. And, you know, having YouTube as a hobby and not my main source of income, it allows me to kind of do the things that I enjoy. And those who enjoy it as well can always join me for the journey. And I really do appreciate the support. When it comes to printing work and making photo books available to your supporters and the general public, I think it could be mutually beneficial to me and to those who purchase the work. On one end, there is a financial incentive to get some support for this hobby through making these photo books, the same way that people make presets and they market themselves on social media to make their living. But also for the consumer, it allows the consumer to also have something tangible that they get for their money. All right, guys, Martha's photo book and her t-shirt is on the way to her. As I was just about to head home from the post office, I got a message on my phone that my print was ready to be picked up. This is a 16 by 20 metallic print from London Drugs. The picture, which I will show you guys in a second, is from my latest trip that I just got back from, actually, to Sebring, the 12-hour race in Florida. This is a picture that I think is going to come out really well. The frame is actually on the way, so I'm excited to open this up. I'm just going to head over to Cobb's, get something to eat, and I'll show you guys the print. Okay, we are back home and we're about to open this print. Let's take a look and we'll get back into our video discussing photo books. So like I said, it's a metallic print, 16 by 20. Frame is on the way. And I recently did a metallic print. I'll show you guys. Take a look at the video whenever you get a chance of my Rolex watch, my very first Rolex watch. Gia's calling me. Whoa! Oh man, that is insane. Thank you for adjusting the tripod, kid. Okay, and correction, the picture of the Rolex that I showed you actually wasn't metallic. I think it was pearl instead of gloss. This metallic, there's like a sheen. Oh my gosh. In person, this looks insane. Dad! Yeah, baby. Really happy about that. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys how it looks when I get it framed, but super cool. So on closer inspection, the wheel, it's a bit grainy, not enough for me to really care. The whole picture has a bit of grain to it. Again, I shot this at about 4,000 to 6,400 ISO. I did run it through the noise reduction in Adobe Lightroom, but overall, man, this is sick. Love the metallic look. Really clean, beautiful image. Well, this was a nice surprise for today. It's so nice when you're able to just put in an order for a print, and then like a few hours later, you get that text message saying that your print is ready for pickup. So just waiting on the frame, and yeah, that came out really nice. Okay, so let's get into the photo books now. This is my most recent photo book called Timeless. It's a photo journal of the 60th presidential inauguration in Washington, D.C. I flew down to Washington, D.C. and did some photojournalism covering the 60th presidential inauguration, and I compiled some images that tell a story of my experience. So if you guys want to support the channel and have a bit of history on your bookshelves, don't hesitate to visit www.milmidstudios.com. There is a link to my photo book library on Amazon. Again, that's www.milmidstudios.com. So I will be sharing with you guys how I made this photo book. The really nice thing about KDP is that there's very little upfront cost when it comes to mass producing a photo book. KDP is pretty much a print-on-demand service. And the benefit of going with KDP is that you essentially have at your fingertips the Amazon platform, which is massive in and of itself. So a lot of people that I know, they have Amazon Prime, regardless if you're in Canada, the States, or anywhere around the world, you have access to Amazon. So having a product on that platform is really good. Now, there are a few downsides in my experience of using KDP, but in my opinion, the benefits of using KDP and having access to the Amazon platform far outweigh the negatives. And I believe that the negatives over time will improve. Now, the benefits of KDP are very apparent. And like I said, they outweigh the downsides. But some of the downsides for going with KDP is that KDP isn't necessarily optimized for photo books. What I mean is when you're looking at the prints themselves, it's more of a matte paper that you get. The quality is quite good, but it's not like a nice high quality gloss paper. So you do get this matte paper, and this copy in particular is the first copy that I bought. Usually whenever I make a photo book, I ceremoniously purchase one for myself as my first sale, and this was the one that came. This book in particular is a good example, and I'll show you why, of why KDP isn't really optimized for photo books. I've had a good experience with most of the photo books that I've made with KDP. However, there is the exception, and this book in particular, ironically, is an exception. Now, like I said, the pages are matte. I'll explain to you exactly the settings that I use and the program that I use, which is InDesign, and how I format the book. We'll get into that in part 2 of this video, but I just wanted to kind of show you a possible negative. But before I get into that negative, I'll let you know right now that negative is easily rectified simply because Amazon is a great platform. And if you have to return or if you have an issue with your order, in my experience, they have been really good in fixing the issues. Now, in this particular copy of the book, my black and white photos, this one in particular, you can see that there is a very extreme green hue. The black and white should look like this on the right-hand side, but for some reason, on the left-hand side of the page, there's this green hue. Immediately, I was like, nope, this is not going to work for me. I actually submitted to have this book returned. They just printed me this one and they said, don't worry about it, don't even return it, that's fine. They really have no use, they're not going to restock this book. So let's go to the same page and I'll show you what it should look like. The image should look like this on the right, but there's this green hue that's just not good. And if you guys do buy this book and you notice something like that, issue or submit a return, and Amazon is good to send you a new copy. In the program InDesign, you can format the photos however you want. You can have it like a square, you can have it like whatever you want, really. However you want the pages to look with the photos, you can do it. Your imagination is the only thing that will limit you. I like to keep it kind of conservative and traditional, just a photo, rectangle photo per page, and sometimes I would actually do like a full spread. Now, again, this is showing, this is the first copy that I did. This green hue is just ugly. That's how it should look, and this is the corrected version that they sent me. This copy in particular was printed in Atchison, Alberta. Depending on where you buy this photo book, it will be printed in a different location. So I would imagine, since it's different printers in different locations, there could be some discrepancies along the way. But for the most part, like I've said, I've done bulk orders of these books and these photo books, and 98% of the time, they're just how I want them. If you guys have had aspirations to make your very own photo book, you go out, you take some photos, you have some great photos that you really want to share, but they're just on your Instagram or they're just on your hard drives at home, I would implore you to look into creating a photo book. And that's what my next video is going to be about. I want to share it with you guys, share what I've learned along the way, and kind of show you my process on selecting images and then the general layout of the photo book. Then we're going to export it and then upload it to KDP. I'll show you how to get your proof copy before going live and then setting your pricing. This is something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I love to do. I'm creating a compendium of my own photos, and anyone that's interested and wants to support the channel and have a bit of my work on their bookshelves, I would just implore you to do so. MILMIDstudios.com. Thanks you guys so much for your support. Japan 35 through 35 has been such a great hit. This is a really good piece of work that I'm really proud of, and if you guys want a piece of history, be sure to pick up this book as well. Again, stay tuned for my next video where we'll go right into the program and I will show you guys how to create your own photo book. Thanks so much, guys. Remember, the best gear is the gear you have, and the best photos are the ones you take. Don't forget to keep on shooting.